Hello and welcome to a random video because I wanted to do a sort of update on how I'm getting on, how the fish are getting on. It feels strange that I haven't made a video in absolutely ages. To be honest, I've been quite a bit busy. For some silly reason I decided to absolutely destroy my house. This is what it looked like inside my house a couple of months ago, and we've been slowly rebuilding it and putting it all back together. So I've been wasting a lot of time doing that and not really doing the things that I usually do with the fish, because I've always got some project for the fish in mind, and I've got quite a few that I want to be doing, and I'll probably try and upload a few more videos. In fact, the next couple of weekends I'm hoping to be posting a video of some sort, because I've got a couple of little projects that I'm currently working on. So let's have a look around all the fish today. Let's start with the main pond. These fish are doing absolutely fantastic as usual. For a change, they're all starting to heal up. The aggression levels with food are still quite high, which is annoying, but they are not getting any marks and wounds on them as bad as they have been doing at the beginning of the season. So they are looking really nice. I'm quite pleased with them this year. But yeah, there were a period of time, obviously I didn't record it or anything, but there were a period where some of them had some quite bad marks on them, and I think my Chaggy here is the only one left that's got any sort of signs of any marks and that on them, as you can see on that side there. But it's healed up nicely and it's all going well, and happy. Let's chuck them in some food and we can see them chase about some food, and then we'll go and have a look at some more fish. There we go. Right, let's go and have a look at some more fish. So these are the babies. I've reduced the numbers in this tank quite a little bit. They've all moved sort of around a little bit. These are just whatever I've sort of currently got left. Some have made it into the main pond, some have made it into my other tanks, and random stuff like that. I was hoping to completely get them all out of this tank, which might be a video for next weekend. I'm hoping that I can get them all out and get them into a tank outside. I really wanted to do that to get the colours out in them a bit better. Fortunately though, what I did is these were supposed to go into the tank that the neglected fish ended up going in. Fortunately the neglected fish have now moved on. There were some lovely fish in that tank, so they weren't going to stay around very long. And they've all gone together into a pond of a friend who were setting up a pond on a house he just bought, and didn't have any fish at all for it, and they look fantastic. It's a really good home, and they're all still together, which is very rare, and I'm quite pleased about that. But these fish are then going to go into the tank that they were in, and I think these ones will be happy to get into a bit bigger tank and get some sunlight on them. The colours are okay, as you can see, but they are just not anywhere near what they could be if they had some sunlight on them. It's a bit of a shame really with this tank being quite indoors. You know, even me bonsai next to the windows given up. Cactuses are fine though, cactus. Yeah, so it'd be nice to get them outside. They'll be a lot happier then, because there's just no amount of natural light, no amount of artificial light can beat natural light. It's just how it is. Right, next tank. Here we are with these little fishies. These are doing great as usual. For some reason, now I actually made a video talking about how to get fish to grow big. For some reason, fish do not grow very well in this tank. I'm not quite sure why. One of the things I'm gonna have to point out is I do cool this tank, so it is chilled. The tank is currently at 20 degrees. If it weren't at 20 degrees, obviously, if the chiller weren't on, it would have been 30 degrees, no problem. But I keep them at 20 degrees because it's just a good all-round temperature, and I don't need them getting any hotter than that. But obviously if I did let them get a bit hotter, then they probably would grow a bit better. But yeah, they do not grow. So these fish are all 2-year-old. They're all nice fish. They're all doing really well. These are my fry from 2 years ago. Yeah, they're quite happy in this tank, but I do need to move them on. This tank has been absolutely on edge for the last couple of years now, and I've got a sneaky feeling that it is not going to survive this winter no matter what happens. So if I actually show you, it's probably difficult to actually demonstrate it on camera, but the sides of this tank here are just absolutely gone, and you can see these panels on top used to be in line, and their unalignment shows you how much bowing there is in the tank. It really is bowing out, and it is worrying me. There is a metal brace all around it that I put in when I sort of bodged it back together, but I think I've had the life cycle out of this thing. It's gonna have to come down shortly, but there we go. So these fish are gonna have to find themselves a new home in one of my other vats. Right, let's go and have a look at my other vat. So here we are with the vat that I've had now running for about a year. I really don't like having temporary ponds running at all. It frustrates me. They're supposed to be temporary ponds, and obviously kept this all the way through winter. I was really lucky this winter with how mild the weather were. I don't think I'm going to be as lucky again next winter, so I'm not going to push it. For some reason today and yesterday I've noticed that there's a damp patch here on the floor, which is also very worrying. This tank has been absolutely bulletproof for the 8 years that I've owned it, and I've not got one patch on it, but I'm guessing by that water on the floor there may be some patch needed somewhere. But yeah, I need to take this tank down. There's not too many fish in it actually, so the fish that are in here are all 3-year-old, and then a couple of random fish that have sort of got in there somewhere. They all sort of look like this guy here. In fact, there's going to be a video on this because this didn't have a UV light again. I ended up lending it out to a mate who needed the same UV light for a bit. And so it didn't have a UV light for quite some time. It was incredibly green, and then I ended up putting the UV light on back here for it. So what I'm going to do probably next weekend actually is going to be a video showing how long it took to go from incredibly green to very clear. And it's actually getting quite clear today actually, I've noticed, but don't want to spoil the video too much for next weekend, do I? But yeah, quite clear today, quite pleased with that. But yeah, and then this is the tank that the neglected pond fish were in, and some of the fish out of that blue tank have made their way in here just to keep the tank running and keep everything happy. So there we go, that's a look round all of my 5 ponds. And yeah, I have actually got 2 tanks similar to this one, a little bit smaller maybe, that I'm thinking of putting here where this one is and joining them together. So I might put them I might put all the fish in this one into this, put them 2 tanks up and put the fry in it. So that might be a video for in the future. But yeah, a little bit of an update, a little bit of sort of apology that I'm not regularly making videos anymore. I really enjoy making videos. It's quite therapeutic to me. And I'm always doing something with fish usually. I think what's probably frustrating me most is that I'm not getting the jobs done, like taking this blue tank down that I would normally get done, because I just haven't got the time for it lately. But there we go. I'm hoping that over the next month or 2, before winter at least, that I'll have a little bit more time on my hands now the house is getting a little bit more finished. So there we go, that's an update on all of my fishies. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, then please like it. If you want to see more videos like this and fishy related videos, then please feel free to subscribe. any questions or comments, then please put them down below, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. I do actually really hope I keep posting a little bit more frequently. I'm hoping that by saying that I'm going to be posting over the next few weekends, I'll push myself a little bit more to actually do so. It's going to be a bit questionable of how regular I can keep it, but hopefully I can keep them going for a few weeks. And yeah. And that's it. That's 11 o'clock, and that's the lights turning off.